This is a video of a pogo stick. That's it. That's the whole idea. And it has 141 million views. Another on the same page has 74.8 million. And here's the part that gets me, none of it was filmed. No camera, no pogo stick. Nobody left the house. It's all AI. It works because POV puts you inside the shot instead of watching it, and the bounce rhythm makes people loop it without thinking. Hardly anyone is doing this properly yet either. To show you the proof, here's one I made in about 10 minutes. Let me walk you through the exact process. First, go to Claude using the link in the description and start a new chat. Now paste in your first prompt. This one sets Claude up as a viral short strategist for a channel making first-person POV pogo stick videos. The key thing you're asking for is location, because that's what actually sells these. A flooded Venetian alley, a narrow Tokyo backstreet at dawn, a wooden boardwalk over open water. The pogo stick is the constant. The world is what makes each video feel new. By the way, all of these prompts are in a Google Doc in my Discord, word for word. Once you've chosen, grab the second prompt from the doc. This one breaks your concept down into a full scene list, with a detailed image prompt for every shot in the video. Paste it in, drop your chosen concept into the placeholder, and send it. What comes back is the whole video planned out, and the detail level here is the entire game. You'll get prompts like first-person POV looking down a narrow, flooded Venetian stone alley, hands gripping red pogo stick handles, blue jeans, white sneakers on the foot pegs, bouncing above a thin sheet of water over wet paving stones, weathered brick walls close on both sides, pale, foggy morning light, GoPro wide-angle lens. Read that back and notice what it locks in. The same red handles, the same jeans, the same white sneakers, the same lens. Those, by the way, if you want to make this content for TikTok but are outside the creator reward program regions, then check out the accounts I have in the description. Now open Vexelgen using the link in the description. We're doing this in 2 passes, images first, then video, because starting from a locked-in image is the only reliable way to keep the POV consistent across every shot. Click to the Image tab and set the model to GPT Image 2, resolution to HD, aspect ratio 9:16. Then go back to your Claude tab, copy your first image prompt, and paste it in. Hit Generate, and it drops into the job queue on the right. While that renders, grab the next prompt, copy from Claude, paste into Vexelgen, generate, repeat, working down the list until you've got a still for every shot. Images are cheap, only a couple of credits each, so generate a few variations of your opening shot and keep the best one. That first frame sets the look for the whole video. Once your images are done, bring them to life. Each generated image has a turn into video option, so click that on your first still. It carries the image over as the starting frame, so all you're adding is the motion instruction you built earlier. Set the model to cling, aspect ratio 9:16, duration 5 seconds, audio on, and generate. Then work through the rest of your stills the same way, one at a time, until every image has become a clip. Because every clip started from an image you already approved, your hands, your stick, and your shoes stay identical throughout. That consistency is what usually falls apart when people generate these from scratch, and it's the difference between something that looks like real GoPro footage and something that looks obviously AI. 2 things worth knowing while you work. Generations do fail sometimes, and you'll see an error appear in the queue. Just regenerate it. It costs you a few credits and nothing else. And if you want one continuous flowing sequence, there's a use last frame option that takes the final frame of a clip and starts the next generation from it. Perfect for a big moment like springing off the last plank out over open water. Before we put it all together, right now is the cheapest it will ever be to join my community. You get full access to my short-form content course and one-on-one coaching where I answer every single question, plus untapped niches like this one before they get posted anywhere else. Now download your clips and open CapCut using the link in the description. Click Create New and pick the TikTok preset, which sets your canvas to 9:16 straight away. Since you generated everything vertically, your clips drop straight in with no cropping or scaling needed. Upload your files into the Media tab and pull them onto the timeline. In the order the journey makes sense, starting tight in the alley and building toward the biggest jump at the end. Play it through once to check the flow. The edit here is deliberately simple, and that's the point. No transitions, no effects. Cut hard on the landing so each new clip starts as the stick compresses, which keeps the bounce rhythm running unbroken. Trim any dead frames at the start and end of each clip, so there's never a pause between bounces. Then click the text tab and add a heading. Type your location, mine says Pogo in Venice, and drag the text box down so it sits low in the frame and doesn't cover the action. That one line is doing a lot of work because it tells people where they are in the first second, and it's the thing that makes them stop. Quick tip before I get into this, I found a niche that's still completely untapped. I started a brand new channel just posting bouncing ball videos, and it's already sitting at 400,000 views. No audience, no editing skills, nothing. I'm generating every single video with a tool called Bounce Match. Physics, colors, sound, all of it, done for me. If you want in on this before everyone else finds it, check out Bounce Match, links in the description. Scrolling. Play the whole thing back one more time with the text on, then hit export. Leave it at 1080p, 60 frames per second, MP4, and save your finished video.